Hey, par for the discourse. How are you? Today's March 30th, 2021. Today is a Monday. We're doing this a day late. Is today Monday or Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday, Nicole.
I'm off. I know we're not you and I can never get the day right. What is wrong? We're like, is today a weekday?
What day is today?
Well, it's not Sunday like we normally do. Let's put it that way. End of story. All right, today's Tuesday. We're doing this on an off day. And yeah, just checking in to see how things are going. What's going on? I see you've relocated to another room.
I'm back in the bedroom right now, which when you were playing those clips last week, I remembered that a few of them were just audio. And then when we did start the video, I was in the bedroom a lot in the beginning. And then I was out in the backyard for a little bit. That was a little too much with the direct sun.
Bad connection. I remember a few times with bad connection.
And then I thought, my favorite part of the house is my colored out library, my shelving unit that I got from a retired ex-employee. Not ex-employee, yeah, ex-employee or ex-employee, a coworker, ex-coworker. Weird. I love those lucite shelves, and all of my plants were up there, so I thought it was a good place to be. I got a little prayer plant right here, who's actually has a new leaf. That's actually doing really well. Little plant update for you. And then I got this plant. This is really, really quick, Nicole. I know we've got like a whole bunch of things to cover today, but I just want to say, just because it's right here, this is a peperomia frost, I believe, right? Now, look at how cute this little guy is, right? Cute, cute, cute. I know we were talking about peperomias.
Yes.
All right. I bought this when I bought another one. And I know that it was under $10, okay? And there's a place out here in the outskirts of Brooklyn that we went to. It's kind of a nursery more so than a store. And I know that I paid under $10. I think it was like $8 or $9 for this.
I like the leaves are really textured. Right? At least that's how they look on camera.
So yesterday, as I told you, we had a little change in schedule, and then yesterday I couldn't record because Ronnie and I had our DMV appointments to renew our licenses.
Now, how did that go?
Well, I'm just referring to the plant. So I was downtown Brooklyn, and so after I was done, it was so fast and easy. It was ridiculous because we had appointments. You have to make an appointment. It's not a lot of people there because everybody's there during their scheduled time. So it's not as what we know the DMV experience to be. It is not that anymore. It's very organized, very fast. So I was done at 10:17 and my appointment was technically at 10:15.
Oh God.
So I took a walk, and I walked into a plant store on Atlantic, downtown Brooklyn. And one of those same plants, the same size, not much, maybe a little bit bigger, was like $28.
Nice. So you got a deal then, or that was overpriced, one or the other.
Yeah, it's completely overpriced. It's like this. It's this little. Anyway.
Well, I want to hear. I was going to say I want to hear what happened at the DMV, but nothing, because you just said. Doesn't that make you think we should have been doing it that way all along? Like the DMV could have been a lot of avoided problems had we just made scheduled appointments. In and out.
I think so, yeah, because
I mean, it's those governmental jobs that are like.
There was really no hassle on our end, and there was always so much hassle. What we are going to have to do is go back again because we have to get this advanced license that by October of this year, everybody has to have this advanced license.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I didn't have the proper
Documentation.
documentation. My passport is expired too. That's the other thing that happened during lockdown. My passport
Yeah,
expired.
because you came 10 years ago.
Yeah, so I brought it with me and I thought maybe they could, oh no, this is expired. That's not enough documentation, so you can't get the upgrade. That's okay, no problem. Make an appointment. So I do have to go back, but I did renew the license.
It's like doing jury duty. It's like, you go to this place, it's a hassle, you have to sit there, but you do get entertained to some degree. That's how I think jury duty is.
Jury duty, the last time, yeah, jury duty, you gotta walk out of there with some stories. Jury duty, the last time though, now what they do, they kind of make it more than a day. You think it's going to be a day, but if you don't,
The selection process, you mean?
they've extended the amount of time that it takes out of your life. You can't just like kind of go in and leave. They kind of make you stay for another case if you get let go and they're like, oh, you got to come back tomorrow. It's like, wait a
I
minute.
loved it when I did.
I got let go too early and they make you go sit down again and then you get into another situation and then they make you come back the next day. And I'm like, no, I already served my day.
That's
No, come back tomorrow.
because they're like, well, we're paying you $40, so we want to make sure that we're getting our money's worth.
This is I had a legit reason to get taken off this case. They're telling us about a robbery, and the robbery was at my bank on the corner that I belong to. It's on the corner of the block I live on. And I was like, everybody gets taken into another room. Why? They have a reason. And I mean, I had a litany of reasons why I didn't want to be there. Yeah. But I was like, it was too obvious. I was like, I live on the block that this robbery happened on, and I am also a member of that branch. I think I have a conflict. And they let me go.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to have any affiliation with the case pre-hand. Like, you're not supposed to. Yeah.
I didn't really care, but.
I remember when I did it, because I was on jury duty for like 5 days. That was like an attempted murder. That was awesome. It was fun.
In New York?
I remember, yeah. No, in Spain, no. In New York.
Do they have that kind of process there?
No. So I remember them saying, well, it was an attempted murder, but the guy that was up for the attempted murder charge worked at this laundromat in Astoria, even though like the court was in Jamaica and all that. It was in Astoria, and they were like, does anyone go to this place or has seen, which I hadn't, but I was like, I'm just gonna be quiet on this. And I wanted to get in there. I find it exciting.
Yeah, whatever was going on at the time, I didn't want to be on that case. For some, I don't remember what was going on.
The other thing too was that we got when I was called for that, there was a heat wave, and I didn't have air conditioning at my job that I hated, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm just going to go to this air conditioned courthouse for the next week while everyone dies in my 100-degree school, literally dying. Yeah, that was fun. A lot of winners there. And I'm not talking about the convicts. I'm talking about the people being chosen.
I got asked out on a date by a cop when I was doing jury duty once. That was weird.
We want a person working in the courthouse or in the selection?
He was like sitting there. I don't know if he was waiting for, because like the holding pen when you wait to, and he just started talking to me, and I was like,
so weird. So random. Anyway,
DMV, jury duty. What else is going on?
Well, I'm just thinking about things that I'd like to get back to doing at some point, which I don't see happening anytime soon, but one of them being traveling. The other day we were talking about going to Italy again, because we were with our friends who her husband is from Italy. And he was saying like how they're on lockdown again, where they're like actually not allowed to even move out of their villages. So just got us talking, and I was like, yeah, I got to get back there. Alex has never been, so maybe this time, obviously, all of us will go. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. It just got me thinking about the times that we had gone before, because I think I've been maybe 5 or 6 times now to Italy. And I said, the two of the times I've been to Italy, I had really fucked up like landing experiences. Landing, not like in a plane, but like arrival. That's what I meant to say, like arrival experiences. One was with you, and the other was when I went to Sicily with my mom and Eduardo. Yeah, my mom was there too. Do you know what I'm referring to? Of
I know what you're referring to. I was wondering if you were going to talk about the first one.
yeah, you go ahead. You tell it.
No, I mean, what happened with the landing with your mom and Eduardo?
Oh, all right. You want me to start with my Sicily, and then you could tell your the Rome version?
Sure.
It makes a good story, and I always say these types of stories are what Carol Burnett referred to as comedy, meaning when they happened, they were absolutely not funny. But then afterwards, you're like laughing about it when you're telling it.
Well, I found it funny before you did, but I knew that it was funny, and I just had to wait for you to calm down so we could all like laugh about it. I found it funnier earlier on, and I think I kept my mouth shut though until it was appropriate. But go ahead.
Okay, so we're getting to Sicily. And this is before our phones worked like in anywhere in Europe. So we had to get permission for our phones to work there. So only Eduardo had done that. And this was the first time I had ever used an Airbnb. I think this was like, yeah, it was 2015 because it was before Alex was born. And we're supposed to rent a car when we get there. So I have the number and everything, and the car rental places are always in the airport, you know? So we get there, we go to the car rental section of the airport, and I get in line, and they're like, this is not here. This is somewhere outside of the airport to pick up the car. And I'm like, it's one of those hidden things that they don't tell you. And now I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get there? And now I've got to call the Airbnb and everything. So they're like, we'll send somebody to pick you up and bring you there, like some service. So we're standing on the sidewalk there. No idea what's happening. Somebody pulls up in a van about a half hour to an hour later. We get into this van. My mother says to me, this car is unmarked. Do you even know who this is? And I'm like, no. And she's like, did he show you ID? I'm like, no. We're like all in this van. And we're just driving. Guy doesn't speak a word of English, okay? We're driving for like 20 minutes. My mother's like, where is this guy taking us? He's going to kill us. There's like, no, it shouldn't be this far. And he's not telling us, oh, it's coming up, nothing. All of a sudden, the guy pulls onto a dirt road, off the highway. And when I say dirt road, I'm not kidding. There's nothing around. My mother's like, there's no way there's a fucking Avis on this road. It's like a cow. And we're just going down the road. This is like the kind of shit you hear about where like the mafia takes over. And we're driving down this cow road, and he just drops us off there. And
Dorothy was like, I knew I should never come back to the motherland.
Points, yeah. Well, that's what I said. I'm like, well, if we die, at least we're going out the same way we technically came in, as our ancestors did. He starts pointing over to this nowhere. I mean, and the guy was like 6'5", 300-pound guy. Like, I wasn't going to start like anything with him. I'm like, all right. We get out of the car and we start walking down this dirt road. And there in the middle of nowhere was a car rental place. Like, what is this? We get there. Long story short, they have no my mother didn't bring the credit card that she paid for the car with. So they wouldn't, even though she had like ID and another credit, you're supposed to bring the exact credit card that you bought this, that you made the reservation with. So we couldn't get the car. So she's like, well, you're going to have to go back to the airport. The guy already left. We're like in the middle of nowhere. So we had
So
to
you get this like sigh of relief. And then, right?
So we paid for a car twice. That's what we wound up doing. And then we wound up, my mother gets back eventually to New York and tries to settle the whole thing, and she lost like $250. But it was just a very weird thing. I was like, where is this guy? How could there be a car rental place in the middle of a cow country? And it's one of those things where when you get off into another country, you don't want to deal with this kind of shit. You just want to like get to where you're going. It just had a bad start, which about bad starts.
So this is so funny because I'm remembering. So that's why your anxiety was already up, because we're in the so in 2018, the year that both Nicole and I turned 40, we took a trip to Rome. And we were so excited. We were just going to spend 5 days eating and drinking and seeing whatever sights we could see in Rome. It was so awesome. But we get the car service that's going to take us to the Airbnb. It's like the same setup. But we're in a major city. We're going from the airport, and it was a long drive, and we're getting to the city and where the neighborhood that the Airbnb is in. And this guy is driving. He didn't speak any Spanish. Like, you tried to speak Spanish to him, I think. He didn't understand you. You spoke Italian.
Or English.
He was kind of like, he was like kind of suave. Like, he was driving very fast, I remember.
Everybody drive. We should have prefaced this with everyone drives like shit there.
I mean, I thought he was, but I'm used to like cab drivers. So, cab drivers are kind of crazy, like, whatever. And you were much more aware of like, he's gonna take us to the wrong place. Like, you were just kind of alert. And I was like really relaxed, I think. Maybe I had some wine on the plane. And I was very chill, and I was like, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. All of a sudden, you yell at the driver, 24, because 24 was the street that the Airbnb was on. And because you were paying attention, and he had to cross a median. He had to cross like over like multiple lanes in order to get across to the this other side of this kind of parkway. It was a really big, large thing. Like, there's like a median in the middle of like a two-sided thing. And as he whips the car, he hits a guy on a moped or like a Vespa kind of he was a delivery guy, I think.
I don't remember anything about what kind of motor bike it was, or I just know it was not a car or a bicycle.
And he went flying. And I just was really frozen. And you jumped out of the car. I can't remember if we stayed in the car. We didn't know what to do.
We did. We were like, we grabbed each other.
We didn't know what to do. It was like, oh my God. And people came around the guy to make sure he was okay. We were like freaking out. So we get out of the car. Is somebody called the ambulance? Like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened.
He cursed. He cursed out loud in Italian.
The guy, the cab driver's freaking out. He's yelling. Everybody's yelling in Italian. The Airbnb guy sees the two of us and comes over and gets our luggage out of the car and just goes,
Nothing happened.
come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Airbnb's upstairs. Let's go. Let's go. And like shuffles us away. And
And
that
I
was
think I think he even did like one of these. You know, like this is another day, you know.
let's get away from this as soon as possible. And then he showed us the beautiful Airbnb. I think he had an exchange with the cab driver. Like,
This is what you're leaving out.
okay, yes.
This is
Go
what
ahead.
you're leaving out. You and I were like still kind of frozen because I mean, let's face it, we just sideswiped someone that went flying. We don't know if he's okay or not. And it literally happened right in front of the goddamn house. I mean, and I heard the guy say, and I don't speak Italian, but the word is the same in Spanish, referring to us as testigos, which is a witness. And I was like, we didn't see anything. Because I'm thinking now they're going to call the police. The police are going to take an hour to get here, like they always do in Europe.
Right.
And I'm not going to I have nothing to say. All I have to say is that the guy flew. That's it.
I said, I don't want to start our vacation as being witnesses to a crime.
But it's one of those situations, just like the clarinet player that we were talking about last week, or not the clarinet player, when you're clapping, when we were clapping. At what point do you say, because we were standing there looking at this body in the road, at what point do you say, well, he looks all right, let's go get pizza? You know, like he's breathing. I mean, he's in a pretzel on the sidewalk, but
I was looking
I'm hungry.
I was like trying to look over the crowd to see like, do we see exposed bones? Is there blood? How bad is it? So we get whisked up into the Airbnb. By the time we had finished, getting settled and went out for gelato, scene was cleared up. We have no idea what happened.
He was scraped up. Another thing I remember too, I don't know if you remember this, like the people that were around this guy, like when these things always attract a crowd of, people that have good intentions, but they don't know what they're doing. This is why I'd rather, if I ever get in an accident, just leave me there. Let me croak in peace. They were all standing around him, like pouring water over him. Do you remember that? Like with water bottles and stuff. They're like, the guy didn't faint. He didn't faint. He got hit by a car. What is that?
I don't know. Did he catch on fire? I mean, maybe he had something maybe he had something in his eyes. I don't know.
You're putting out the flames? He's in a pretzel. Oh God. Yeah, those things are like, whoa, okay, if this is any indication how the rest of the trip is going to be, well, hey, we already started off with a bang.
Yeah, so, and like, as all that's happening, it's only funny because we really don't know what happened, but thank God he didn't hit somebody on a bike, not right outside of where he was taking us to.
Yeah.
It just so happened that we just popped the trunk and got our stuff and walked away. I did not. Yeah, you didn't want to have to get involved.
And I remember you going, shit, that guy's day is fucked up. He's probably pissed he picked us up.
Well, I think we were saying like who had the worst day, the guy on the bike or the cab driver, because I don't know, maybe he drove off. That's what we don't know, like how what the scene looked like when the police or the ambulance got there. So
well,
but the rest of the trip was great. I mean, I almost got you lost one day trying to find a skateboard and sneaker expo.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun that day, because that was like one of our last days.
Yeah, it was a little stressful trying to get there, but it paid off.
It was fun.
Watching a bunch of like 20-some-year-old Italians playing basketball. And
I felt like we were at PS1, like dance party in another country or something. It was like
yeah,
very
it-
I
yeah,
felt like we
the
belonged there, but we were out of place too. Do you know what I mean?
it was wild. It was really, I'm glad that we did that. It was interesting. And the artist that we met, that I went there to
Yeah.
say hello to, I'm in touch with that guy. He's
Oh yeah.
Merio, Merio.
I remember him. Yeah.
Um, he's still putting his stuff up, and street artist. What, oh, I was gonna say, we always talk about TV shows and stuff, and a friend from college has been on the show Superstore. I think it's been like 6 seasons on like network television. Colton Dunn's a friend from college when we way back, and the last episode aired. And I never really watched the show, to be honest, but I was aware that he was the guy in the wheelchair on the show. And they had their final season finale or whatever. So I did catch the end of it. And he was the guy like giving the final like sentimental send off.
How was it? Recommendable or no? Not really.
I mean, it's like a network show that America Ferrara was like kind of the
Oh, she's in it.
ugly Betty.
Yeah.
She was kind of the biggest name from it, I think. I didn't watch it. But yeah, no, I think people, I don't know. So I've mentioned it to people like, oh, I love that show. So I didn't know if people were watching it or not, but
I had never heard of it.
I was catching up with this show. Your feed says recommended for you. So I started watching this, I guess it's a sitcom that started in like 2014 or 15. And I didn't realize it was like 5 seasons of this show. It's called You're the Worst. And I was telling you when I first started it, it's like right up our alley. Like, but after 5 seasons, you're like, oh my God, these people really are the worst. I'm not that bad.
It's too much. They overdid it.
And then I read a synopsis about it, and it says they're, toxic people. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. That explains it. Yeah, I mean, they're just all awful. It's funny. It is. I don't know. It's funny.
Does it take place in New York or where does it take?
LA. Yeah, they're the worst. So
I might actually look into that though. I started watching finally Pretend It's a City.
Funny.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you.
Sorry, go ahead, say it again.
I finally started watching Pretend It's a City. I'm only 2 in, but literally, I mean, I just started. I'm going to probably just breeze right through it. I'll be done probably tomorrow.
It scratches your Larry David itch, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I feel like, I mean, you can identify with everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's also, I kind of think it's cute the way he laughs at everything. I don't know why. He's very like the grandfatherly guy that like gets it, but
they spoofed it on SNL. Did you see that on the the news part?
Yeah.
So now you understand what that I was dying when he was just laughing at I was dying laughing because I was like, oh my God, he really does laugh at everything he says.
Yeah. It's cute though. It's not annoying.
Well, don't we all want a friend like that just everything you I had a friend like that at one point that was just anything I said, she just thought I was hilarious.
Yeah, you keep those people around when you're feeling bad.
Yeah.
No, but I do like it. It's funny.
Let's see what else. Yeah, You're the Worst. I think it was on FX or FXX or something like that.
Those channels have good things.
It was there's like 2 main characters, and then there's like other people, and there's this one girl. She's really funny. If you get into it, we'll discuss then. Okay. And I watched Pieces of a Woman. Did you hear about this one? Yeah, it was really that one I watched, and the it was on my list. I had a list of
What's Pieces of a Woman? A film movie or a TV show?
it was a movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
And what was the name?
yes. Now I know.
And then the one that the girl is like killing all these guys, like she's going on these dates and pretending she's drunk, and then talented something.
A movie?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like a serial killer movie.
I haven't seen a movie in a while, but if you can recommend something to me, I need to take a TV break.
Well, I feel like some of these series, like I've told you, I feel like that they probably were movies and then they like rewrite it to be a series. Where's the name? I had the name of it written down. Talented young woman or something like that. Talented
Is it
something.
any good?
It was disturbing.
No.
I feel like anything. It's
I like those criminal killer movies and shows.
Yeah, all right, check it out. It's disturbing. I mean, yeah.
I'm on a new show now called Marcella, which it's all right. I mean, it's nothing great.
Didn't it get nominated for something though?
I think it did, but I still recommend that you watch The Killing.
I know, it's on my list. I'm looking at, yes, The Killing is on my list. I crossed off Emily in Paris because I read something about it and I said I'm not gonna bother. All right, what do we have any more recaps? I loved that last one.
I thought about it and I was like, I don't want to overkill the yearly
the year in review.
Yeah, I could put something together.
The year in review. You know, Violetta's birthday is coming up.
Yes, I do know.
Well, I do know. What special plans do we have for the big double digits?
Nothing really. I mean, she's gonna have a couple of friends, and we're gonna go to that huge park near our house, and they're just gonna get together and run around. And I think she wants me to buy everybody like a black T-shirt and fabric paint, and she wants to like decorate T-shirts.
Oh, that's cute.
But it's funny because she's still, she's 10, which she's going to be 10. But at this stage, usually you tend to see like girls playing with the girls now and the boys going with the boys. This is like, she's like a guy's best friend. Like 90% of her friends are boys. And it's cool to see her interact with them because they like her. They treat her like one of the dudes. It's just, you would like.
She has girlfriends too. Is there some?
One or two.
Yeah.
One or two, yeah. But most of them are boys.
Is she playing? What's going on with soccer?
Nah,
no more soccer. No more soccer.
It was canceled up until January, and then we had that snowstorm, and we're like, screw it. She doesn't want to do it anyway, so she's all about art. That's all she wants to do anymore. So whatever she wants to do, I'm not pushing it.
I love it.
So we'll see.
I love it.
I told her you'd call her. Oh, we could make her a guest on the show that day. It is a Sunday. So any plans for this?
Yeah, today is the last day of the month. No, or is there 30 days?
Why would we get that right anyway? Maybe today, maybe tomorrow.
Oh, it's April Fool's Day on Thursday.
Oh yeah. You're gonna pull a prank?
I mean, hasn't the last year been a prank?
Yeah.
Last year's felt like a prank.
If you feel like doing a prank phone call, record that and send it my way.
That'd be fun. Maybe I'll think of something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody gets like jokes anymore. I don't think April Fool's funny. I don't know. We'll see. All right.
All
How
right.
many minutes are
Well,
we?
have a good rest of the week. And
Yes, we'll see if I'll be in the bedroom next week. Maybe I'll be in the backyard. We'll see. It's not looking too good yet. You know, it's
yeah.
still a lot of dead stuff out there.
All right.
I did see a snail this morning, though. I've really, I want to say though, in the beginning I had a snail and I've really evolved to plants and adopting a dog from snail. So
You're definitely advancing in the life cycle there. You've got a full-grown animal there laying on your bed.
yeah, there's a dog here that I'm responsible for. I feed it every day and clean up its poop. All right.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.